Well, hi there, it's Paulie here, haha, with my old pal Mr. Snoots, a far-travelled beast. So, I have seen quite a few games coming out from Osprey recently. Osprey were a history book publisher, mostly famous for doing history books that had lots of really cool colour plates in them so that all us miniatures gamers could, get our uniform colours if you really wanted to know about, Prussian Grenadier units from the War of the Austrian Succession, or you were really keen on finding out about, markings on Mishibitsi Zeros from the Guadalcanal Theatre, etc. This is what they did. However, they went into doing games, and they've done some. Generally, they're quite simple game structures. They're just designed mass market. There is an unsung gem amongst Osprey's offerings, and here it is. Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space. This has kind of flown under most people's radar. It's an excellent piece of work. So, it's a box game. It actually looks like the typical box. It isn't. It's a swing box, so just be a bit careful about it. But the contents are kind of unusual because rules, fair enough, but what you actually got are about 8 of these workbooks. Now these each have maps on them and a little thing about the powers of different characters, and there are many different maps in these. Each book is identical. These are the different boards on which you can choose to play the game. These are super shiny, and the game comes with Chinograph pencils for drawing in these, and also some handy wipes for undrawing. So what actually happens in this? This is a lethal game of Marco Polo. It's very clever. There's no board. There's just these books. Before you start, you decide, but the idea is there is a space station. There has been some sort of strange virus has been spreading, causing all kinds of weird neural damage, and these there's been a station up in orbit where research has been done, and then suddenly some sort of mutation has occurred, and some of the patients have basically mutated into horrible alien beasties that are here to try and destroy us all. Fab. A cool idea. Snoots approves. Now, playing. Half of the people playing the game are going to be alien and half of them are going to be human, but you don't know which. There are different cards for different types of alien and different types of human. So what you do is first you split those cards up, you shuffle those through, and you take at random a number of alien cards equal to the number of alien players, a number of human cards equal to the human players. The backs of these are identical, so these are then shuffled and given out to the players at random, who keep them face down, so only you know who and what you are. They've all got their own little powers that do affect the gameplay. But the idea is the station is dark and it is silent. Now there are, if you can see with me, there are different colour codes for the hexes on these maps. So some of these are marked as darkened, silent areas. Some of them are marked as safe zones. Some of them are marked as danger zones. There is always a start zone for the aliens, a start zone for the humans, and there are escape pods on the map. So the idea is the humans have to escape. They have to get to an escape pod and get out. The aliens have to kill the humans. That's what they're here for. When it is your turn, a human can move from one hex into any adjacent hex. An alien can move 2 hexes. It's just recorded on your map with your Chinograph pencil. Now, if you've moved into a silent area, all is well. If you moved into a regular hex, then you have to check and see if something has happened. So, got a deck of cards that you draw from for an incident, And there are different effects that might happen. The most common one, 90% sort of common one, is you've made a noise. So you have to basically call out the hex that your character is in, and you have to say, okay, noise in hex L01. And everyone can make whatever notes on the side of their thing that they want. However, there are some random results that come up which say you're allowed to announce a noise in any hex on the board you want. Lab rats have escaped, whatever, they've knocked over something. So you can use that as a way of distracting people, putting some uncertainty in. You can also find objects, if you're human, that will help you. Some of these are weapons, some of these are tools that will assist you in your quest to kill or escape the monsters. If a human finally gets to an escape pod, there is a little deck of the escape pods. Some of them aren't working, so you have to basically pull a card out and see if you get off the planet. Fantastic. So if it does, you win. If it's a non-functional pod, now everyone knows someone's attempted to set off this pod, and you are now going to have to go and find another pod. The aliens, when it's their turn, they can move 2 hexes if they want, not 1. However, if someone is keeping track of the noises that they make, if you start making noises 2 hexes apart, everyone's going to know that you're an alien. The other thing the aliens can do, instead of moving, they can announce, I am attacking into an adjacent hex. If there is another character, alien or human, in that hex and they attack into it, they kill the target. However, if you announce this is probably a dead set clue that you are an alien, and everyone will start taking great note of where the hell you are. There are some weapons that allow humans to attack into the next hex, but the thing is, humans might end up killing humans, aliens might end up killing aliens. The aliens don't want to play their hand too quickly. You don't want to show that you're an alien too much, because you're trying to we're all just friends here, this is the way you get closer. You don't want anyone being too paranoid about you. You want to basically suddenly reveal the fast dash and all the horrible things that you can do when it's close enough to make things. So this is a game of bluff and counter bluff, Marco Polo, with very simple rules. If a human character dies, depending on the scenario, you're out of the game. You do have other ones where you can start up again as a new human, but more commonly, if alien gets you and kills you, it converts you into an alien. You then draw a random alien card and you go to the alien startup area, and now you're playing an alien hunting down the humans. Like it, I really like it. There is a lovely... So the rules, as you can see, there's not that many rules to this as I explain it to you. Pitch dark, Marco Polo, and just the effects on moving into those hexes, leaving a noise trail, possibly making a false noise trail, so that maybe people don't want to act on it immediately, they want to listen for your next move and see if they're far apart, which means one was a false noise. Lots of bluff, counter bluff, lots of guessing. So the kind of crews that you get, so you get human crews, captains, pilots, psychologists, soldiers, exec officers, co-pilots, engineers, the medic. They can all do something. So some of them ignore the first noise result they get. Others have the ability to actually pass between different areas on the ship to open sealed doors. The soldier can attack once in a game without having to have weapons. What do we got? Engineer draws 2 escape pods cards when they try to escape, so they're more likely to get out when they get out because they can fix a thing that was broken. These sorts of things. The aliens, you get some that can move very rapidly. Blink alien, it can use, if it picks up a teleport item card, which is the thing you get, it can move. A brute alien, it's immune to all attacks, human and alien, but he has to reveal who he is when he's attacked. The lurking alien, you can choose to directly attack in their sector instead of moving. If they does, yeah. So there's a bunch of little things. Swift aliens, psychic aliens, all different sorts. There's some little suggestions in here for like further campaigny games and so on. But this is a great convention game. May I humbly suggest this is a great thing to play, because it is going to be 2 to 8 players. The actual rules can be explained in seconds flat. Get to an escape pod if you're human, kill humans if you're an alien. Have a think about your pathways, because some things might expose you with noise, some things are going to be silent, but on the other hand the aliens might start lurking in the silent areas because they tend to be quite narrow channels. So the boards are quite cleverly laid out. They've got a nice write-up on each of these different board setups that I showed you, explaining their strengths and weaknesses. So there are some quite large ones, you know, you can see quite, but there are also some quite small and neat ones. Where have they gone? Yeah, you can find some quite petite ones. And they'll say this one is suited for like a larger number of players. This one is deceptively simple because it looks great, but you'll notice that there are channel points going through to some of the more obvious escape pods, so you know it can be dangerous. It might make people play a longer game, so you know it explains the nuances of those board choices. I've played this one a few times now and have really enjoyed it. Just that kind of Marco Polo with shotguns in the dark. Marco Polo! Lovely idea. So this is the hidden gem amongst all of the offerings from Osprey. Now, there are many other Osprey games. I haven't really touched on them, and I'll tell you why, because they asked me to do some game design for them. I got through it, and they didn't pay me for the experience, so I said you can't use the material. That simple. However, I will give them this one because it's not the fault of the designer of this one, who's done a sterling job. It's a very different board game. It's one of those things that I treasure because the concept is so elegantly simple. And in that elegant simplicity, it is different from every other board game that you'll bump into. So check it out. This is the Ultimate Edition, Escape from the Aliens in Outer Space. You can get it from Osprey. Highly, highly, highly recommended. It is a damn fine piece of game design work and a really entertaining thing to play. Anyway, we hope to catch you around the games table soon. Keep playing, keep being great ambassadors for the gaming community, and we will see you soon. Okay, haha. Ooh. Drinks from Hello Kitty. Bye.